When you're thinking about starting a bookkeeping business, you first want to make sure that being a bookkeeper is right for you. And you need to know what a bookkeeper does. To do this, make sure that you check out episodes 55 and 57 in this bookkeeper series. One of the next things you start to wonder about is how much it will cost to start a bookkeeping business. You've heard me talk about how bookkeeping businesses are one of the top most profitable businesses. Part of the reason for this is the low cost and overhead it requires to run the business. We all know that bookkeeping isn't for everyone, but if it is for you, you know it can be profitable. That's why bookkeeping businesses work so well for stay-at-home parents, new moms, side hustlers looking for additional income, individuals who want a career change, accountants and bookkeepers who are working for an employer, college students needing a little extra income, and retired individuals or individuals who are getting close to retirement and they're looking for supplemental income. In today's episode, I'm going to cover what the costs of starting a bookkeeping business are and just how surprised you might be about the amount of money that you would need to spend to get started in a bookkeeping business that you would have total control of. By starting a bookkeeping business, you get to take on as much or as little work as you want. You get to decide on how much money you'd like to make, and you're finally in control of your calendar and your schedule so that you can take time off to enjoy life's simple pleasures without any of the guilt that you may have had in the past from working for an employer. Listen in today and you'll see just how affordable starting your own bookkeeping business is and how you can take back control of your life. You're listening to the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast, where we get straight to the point on topics that ultimately affect your bottom line. That's right, as an entrepreneur with a small business, money management, growth, marketing, they all affect your bottom line. I'm your host, Chris Ponick. I'm a certified public accountant, and I've been helping small business owners like you navigate and easily understand these complicated topics for over 25 years. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, and a small business owner myself, so I know your time is valuable. In my free time, I make the best sugar cookies and have mastered an amazing chocolate chip cookie recipe. And that's not just my opinion. You're in the right place. I promise your time will be well spent here. Each week, you'll gain confidence and clarity while making a successful impact on your business and grow your bottom line. Get comfy, grab a cookie, and let's get straight to the point with this week's episode. Over the last 20 plus years of doing bookkeeping, I've learned a thing or two about what works for not only my bookkeeping business, but also for other business owners. I know sifting through the available options takes time. I want you to know about 2 solutions that will not only save you time, but they'll keep you in compliance and reduce stress. Do you want to reduce your stress level? First, I highly recommend you check out QuickBooks Online. I've used QuickBooks for over 20 years, and they really know how to streamline processes and make your bookkeeping and recording your transactions simple and easy. QuickBooks is one of the top software solutions used by small business owners, and I would say that over 95% of my clients are using QuickBooks for their business. The bank feeds save you so much time, and I can help you save 50% off your first 3 months. Second, payroll changes are hard to keep up with, and I know how frustrating this can be. That's why I recommend ADP as your payroll solution. I've used ADP to process payroll for years and years, and they are one of the industry-leading payroll and HR solutions serving over 900,000 businesses. By using ADP, you can run your payrolls faster, easier, and with confidence. It doesn't matter if you have 1 employee or over 100. They'll help you pay your employees and taxes accurately and on time. You'll have peace of mind with all the resources you need, and they'll keep you in compliance by meeting reporting deadlines and process W-2s at year end. I work closely with ADP, and I can help you save 15% off your services and take advantage of their promotions. Head over to financialadventure.com/resources and learn about why choosing these resources matter to your business. They've made a significant impact in my business, and I'm sure you'll agree they'll benefit your business as well. Welcome back, and thanks for joining me in this third episode of my special podcast series specifically for individuals who are interested in starting a bookkeeping business. You've heard me say that bookkeeping is considered one of the most profitable businesses that you can start. But what you may be wondering is why? Why is it such a profitable business? Well, for anything to be profitable, you need to have income that is larger than your expenses. The expenses that you incur with a bookkeeping business are low. The overhead is low, which means that you don't have to have a large amount of income to even be profitable. Most bookkeepers have a home office, which eliminates the amount needed to spend on rent, and that money gets to go straight into your pocket. We're pretty lucky to have the technology that's available for us to be able to perform our work remotely. Not only does this keep our costs low, but it allows us to obtain clients from anywhere in the world if you want. I will admit there are some clients that it would be fun to travel and visit, but that's a whole different topic. It would be fun though, don't you think? We'll start off with what the most common expenses are when you're starting a bookkeeping business. You first and foremost will need to have a computer and a printer unless you want to have a paperless office. And you'll need to have a good internet connection, especially if you're a remote bookkeeper. You'll need to have a phone, bookkeeping software, license, insurance, and some office supplies. To be honest, most of you already have a computer, internet connection, and a phone, so that leaves bookkeeping software, license, insurance, and office supplies. In this scenario, you can see that the startup costs would be very minimal, and you could even get your bookkeeping software for free. I walk you through how you can do this in my Elevate Your Bookkeeping Business program, which I'll give you more details on a little later. So, you could start your bookkeeping business for very little investment, but even if you needed to purchase a new computer, a printer, a phone, internet, insurance, license, and office supplies, you're probably looking at roughly about $4,000, and that's probably estimating a little high. This amount is a very little investment when you compare it to other businesses that you could start up. I'm a pretty frugal person, and when I started my bookkeeping business, I was able to get started with little investment as well. I used the items that I had, and as my business grew, I made investments in new computers and other items. There's a lot of things that you can do with what you already have. You may be looking at all kinds of other ways that you could be spending your money when you start your bookkeeping business, but I want you to be really careful when you decide to purchase additional items. There's a lot of businesses out there, and not just bookkeeping businesses, that spend money on items that are just not a good investment in their business. Make sure that when you're investing in your business, there's going to be a good return on investment, especially when you're just getting started and you don't have a lot of extra funds. Any investments you make in your business should help you save time and bring in additional income. Now that we've established roughly how much it would cost to start a bookkeeping business, let's talk briefly about how easily you could recoup these costs if you have a bookkeeping business. First, I want to say that none of the information I give on this podcast guarantees your earnings or your earning potential. You are the one that's in control of your bookkeeping business, and you are in control of how hard you'll be working, as well as how much money you'll be making. But if we look at the potential to become profitable, after spending the $4,000 to start up your bookkeeping business, let's break it down by client billing. If you have $4,000 in costs and you charge your clients on an average of $300 per month, you could recoup these costs in just a little over 2 months if you had 5 clients. Granted, this scenario will be different for you depending on how many clients you have and how much you charge for your services, but it gives you an idea of how quickly your bookkeeping business could be profitable. Just by going over how easily it is to figure out how you're able to recoup your startup expenses in this example, you can do the same calculations to figure out how many clients or how much income you want to make in your business. Let's take, for example, you're still working at your 9-to-5 job, but you want to start your own bookkeeping business as a side hustle. You can decide how much additional money you'd like to make with this business, and you can easily calculate out how many clients you would need to take on to bring in that additional income. Let's say, for example, you want to make an additional $1,000 a month so that you can start taking some trips and traveling a little more. If you took on 4 clients per month, you would have your $1,000 met and exceeded if you charged that same $300 average billing per client that we mentioned in the previous example. Just imagine what you could do with an additional $1,200 a month. Would you spend it on yourself? Would you travel? Would you be able to provide more for your family? Or would you take that money and pay off some debt so that you could be debt-free? I know everyone's situation is different, but you can see how easily it is to run a few numbers and take control of your future. Are you surprised at how low the costs are to start a bookkeeping business? Are you starting to think about how these costs would work in your particular situation? Do you already have a computer and phone? Which items would you actually have to purchase if you started your bookkeeping business today? I'd love to hear more about how you're planning on starting your bookkeeping business. Head over to financialadventure.com/discovery and let's schedule a virtual coffee chat. To be honest, I'll be drinking hot chocolate, but I promise we'll have an amazing conversation. I love helping entrepreneurs just like you get their businesses up and running. As I mentioned earlier, there are ways that you can get your bookkeeping software for free. I'm all about helping entrepreneurs who want to start a bookkeeping business do it as affordably, efficient, and quickly as possible, because we all know your income is going to be based on getting clients. So you want to start getting clients as soon as possible. This is the exact reason why I created the Elevate Your Bookkeeping Business program. This framework is the same framework that I used to create my profitable bookkeeping business. With this program, you'll gain the confidence, skills, and knowledge to create a profitable bookkeeping business of your own without feeling alone, overwhelmed, or confused about your next steps. This program is perfect for you if you want the freedom and flexibility to work from home, or anywhere actually, while earning a reliable income without sacrificing your time. And right now is the perfect time to enroll in the program. I have a limited time Black Friday holiday promotion where you'll not only receive the Elevate Your Bookkeeping Business program, but you'll also receive 12 months of my Elevated Bookkeepers Inner Circle membership, where you can attend live Q&A sessions, monthly trainings, get marketing templates, bookkeeping leads, and more. I normally don't offer one-to-one private coaching or mentoring sessions, but this special promotion also includes 12 monthly one-to-one private coaching sessions where you and I will work together so that you can create your profitable bookkeeping business. I'll hold you accountable so that you're able to follow through each step of the process and achieve your success quickly. You can get this holiday promotion by going to financialadventure.com/holiday. But hurry, there are limited spots available. If you're listening to this podcast after the Black Friday promotion, but you are still interested, schedule that virtual coffee chat with me and I'll let you know how you can join us. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at financialadventure.com/contact-us. I personally respond to all of my messages. I'll post links to these and other valuable resources for you where you're listening to this podcast and in the show notes. and I'm looking forward to enjoying that virtual coffee chat with you soon. All right, to recap this episode. Number 1, bookkeeping is considered one of the most profitable businesses that you can start. If you're wondering why bookkeeping is such a profitable business, well, for anything to be profitable, you need to have income that's larger than your expenses. The expenses that you incur with a bookkeeping business are very low. The overhead is low, which means that you don't have to have a large amount of income to be profitable. Number 2, the most common expenses when you're starting a bookkeeping business. You'll first and foremost need to have a computer and a printer, unless you want to have a paperless office, and you'll need to have a good internet connection, especially if you're going to be a remote bookkeeper. You'll need to have a phone, bookkeeping software, license, insurance, and some office supplies. Most of you probably already have a computer, internet connection, and a phone, so that really leaves bookkeeping software, license, insurance, and office supplies. You can see that the startup costs would be very minimal, and you could even get your bookkeeping software for free. I'll give you more details on that a little later. Number 3, be careful when you decide to purchase additional items. There's a lot of businesses out there, and not just bookkeeping businesses, that spend money on items that just are not a good investment in their business. Make sure that when you are investing in your business, that there's going to be a good return on investment, especially when you're just getting started and you don't have a lot of extra funds. Any investment you make in your business should help you save time and bring in additional income. Number 4, you are the one that's in control of your bookkeeping business, and you are in control of how hard you'll be working as well as how much money you'll be making. But if we look at the potential to become profitable after spending the $4,000 to start up your bookkeeping business, let's break it down by client billing. If you have $4,000 in costs and you charge your clients an average of $300 per month, you could recoup these costs in just a little over 2 months if you had 5 clients. Number 5, you can use the same calculation to figure out how many clients or how much income you want to make in your business. Let's take, for example, you're still working at your 9-to-5 job, but you want to start your own bookkeeping business as a side hustle. You can decide how much additional money you would like to make with this business, and you can easily calculate about how many clients you would need to take on to bring in that additional income. Number 6, I'd love to hear more about how you are planning on starting your bookkeeping business. Head over to financialadventure.com/discovery and let's schedule a virtual coffee chat. I'll be drinking hot chocolate, but I promise we'll have an amazing conversation. I really love helping entrepreneurs just like you get their businesses up and running. Number 7, there are ways that you can get your bookkeeping software for free. I'm all about helping entrepreneurs who want to start a bookkeeping business do it as affordably, efficient, and quickly as possible, because we all know your income is going to be based on getting clients. So you want to start getting clients as soon as possible. This is the exact reason why I created the Elevate Your Bookkeeping Business program. This program is the same framework I used to create my profitable bookkeeping business. And you know I'm going to ask, what's at least one thing you'll take away from this episode that will help your business succeed and grow your bottom line? If you need some accountability, join our private Facebook community and post your action item. We'd love to support you. Thanks for taking the time to tune into this episode of Mastering Your Small Business Finances. If you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it for you, I'd love for you to give it a 5-star rating and subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Visit financialadventure.com for the show notes, links from this episode, and while you're there, leave a comment if you have a topic you're interested in learning more about that affects your bottom line. If you're looking for a community where you can ask questions and get feedback about your small business, join my private Facebook group. You can find the links to this group and more on financialadventure.com. And remember, any financial information shared on this podcast is not to be considered professional, financial, or tax advice and should not be solely relied upon. please consult your CPA or tax advisor for an opinion on your specific circumstances. I'm looking forward to having you tune in next time. Until then, dream big, follow your heart, and love what you do.